I tend to let those cool down before I tighten them up, but you can tighten them out. Thank you. Yeah, right. Oh, that was where I was supporting that line too. What I did. Oh yeah, I didn't get around on the backside. You can see all the flux still sitting there. So that's what happens when you walk around it and don't get enough heat all the way around the solder joints. You can see where the solder melted around a lot of it, but that one little spot, I didn't go into it. So we're just gonna open that valve, allow that little bit of water to drain into the water heater. And then we're gonna heat it back up and get a good joint. Check that one. It's hard to see from down here. There's too much water in the pipe to get it to make a good solder joint. You're gonna get it hot enough. I've got MAP gas, which burns hotter. So let's do that, let that drain for a moment while I finish connecting the exhaust. Might be having an airlock, so I'm gonna open a pressure relief. Okay. Some counties around us require 2 screws in an exhaust, some of them require 3. I always say go 3. You know, you can't go wrong. And that's in each joint. It's nice to evenly spread them around that joint. Obviously you don't want to just put them all in one spot. I guess it would technically. It's 3 screws, but at the same time, it's not how it should be. As long as they're somewhat spread out. It's nice putting these here because they prevent that cap from coming up. It's very easy. When you're dealing with carbon monoxide, you want to make sure everything is done in an overkill manner. That way, there's no time where that pipe can come apart or can have any issues should arise. Just like the gas piping. Over tighten them. Put plenty of sealant on. It's better to do in the long run. Okay. One of the things you can do to test your exhaust on your flue. Normally I use a lighter, but I didn't bring one in, so I'm gonna kind of make one with the torch. Bring it on up here and see if it starts kind of sucking it up in there. And it's doing pretty well. It's all brand new pipe. It's in pretty good shape.
Well, that's actually a good thing you caught that.
Yeah, I guess it could have got bumped and fell out, but I don't remember hearing it.
I was gonna say I don't remember hearing it either, but
I don't know why it was downhill. Okay. Yeah, get the top of the heater wiped. Okay, now we can go to finishing our last solder joint, and then it's just a matter of cleanup and run the train. This 90 up here is a good example of when the flux don't get wiped off. You can see on the back side, it's got all kind of green corrosion. And that's why you know, wipe it when it's hot. If you cool it down too quick, you're gonna turn your solder like a black color. Is it gonna hurt anything? No. But you do know you at least got your flux off there. Okay, good. Okay, now let's try it again. Some people open their pressure reliefs when they fill their water heater, but I don't like doing it because I want to, as it builds pressure, if there's any more joints that may not have got hot enough or that are gonna potentially leak, then they'll start hissing because of the air while they're filling up. Wipe your area down, make sure everything's nice and clean.
Guess I should probably go ahead and get out of your way, that way you come out the pilot.
And then we're not going to fire the heater until it's full of water. But we are going to get that pilot fired up a bit. On these newer control valves, I've got a motherboard inside of them. All of them got the piezo igniter to ignite the pilot. I've got other features in there like a high limit switch, reset button in the middle. Pilot ever goes out and it keeps going out or you can't get it to light, a lot of times it's that reset button. At any rate, make sure you got your arrow pointing towards pilot. We had the gas pipe apart, so there's a lot of air in there. You're gonna have to hold down on it for at least 30 seconds to a minute. Some cases, or some closets, I'll turn all the lights out and then start igniting so you don't have to bend down and look inside there and see the flame. You can actually see it from here. Some water heaters, it's hard to find exactly where the flame's at. But we're going to keep on letting it run so we can make sure we get all the air out. If it's real quiet, you can tend to hear the change in the sound when the gas is coming through the orifice versus just air. And it's rather noisy because the tank's still filling. You can also hear if it's real quiet, once that pilot lights. Keep on holding that button down, pushed in. I always say just hit that igniter a couple good times. You want to keep depressing your gas button. Look inside there, see if you can see it. On the A.O. Smith, it's straight ahead. Real easy to see through the sight glass. I'm still pressing the button, I just heard it click. And the control valve will flash one flash when it's operating normal and the pilot's lit. So then we take it up to hot, which is about 120 degrees, and it'll fire up and start heating the water. This light will constantly blink one flash as long as it's good. If it's doing any other flashes, there's your options. Tell you what's going on with it. Nice orange flame shows there's a lot of oxygen going in there, helping that fire. So you can see it flickering because of all the oxygen getting inside there. So orange don't bother it. It's when it's too much of one or the other. That one's nice and orange and blue, as it should be. Put your cover back on. You're good. Slide all stuff real quick so we can drain line together. When you put your drip tube on for your pressure relief, these have to be twice the size of the diameter of the pipe away from the pan to create an air gap. That's 3/4, so it needs to be at least 1.5 inches up out of the pan. Now we got glue, cleaner, pipe and fittings. Switch our batteries.
That long piece is right there.
All up top.
No, I was just saying, yeah, the long piece.
All long piece.
That may be a straight shot, of course. Don't want to get it in the walkway.
Right. Then cock it out the way a little bit. Nice. Oh yeah. Probably dry fit all these pieces. It's not like it has water pressure on it. And when water is going through, it's a problem, like the water here is leaking. But I'll normally only dry fit one fitting, and that's right at the pan. So if we ever have to remove the pan, it's not a big problem doing so. I'm gonna clean up the pipe with the cleaner until all the debris of the paint is off of it, as well as your footing. And hit once with the glue. Push it on, give it a 1/4 to 1/2 turn to allow it to smear part of the pipe that is liquefied. This pipe's been rolling around in that pipe rack for a while. I had 2 of them up and up while I had so much 1-inch on the truck. It's about the only time I ever use it. We would use it to run drain lines on a pan for a washer, but only during the new construction. I always cut mine at an angle when I'm thinking about it, where it's going to dump into the floor drain, just so you could see what's going on there. I guess it's not as important on a drain line from the pan. I do like them on condensation lines. Just because you kind of see what's happening right at the end. If it builds up sludge, it don't stop the drain up. drain line don't have any pressure on it ever whatsoever unless there's a problem with the water heater. So you can just about use whatever glue you wanted to put it in. That's about it, besides testing the gas line. Make sure you shoot your leak detector all over it. Make sure nothing's bubbling. Other than that, everything goes through to go. It takes about an hour for the water heater to completely reach temperature to have enough hot water to take a shower or bath. Each letter on the control valve that you move it up will be about 10 degrees, give or take a 2-degree differential. If you got kids or elderly, I don't ever suggest going past a bead unless the water heater has age on it, whereas it would be built up with wine. Tap that one on the side. Oh.